Conventional methods and conventional thinking yield conventional results. In today's intensely competitive world, conventional results are no longer enough. The alternative is thinking sidewise, and Michael Dobson is the expert. In the art of sidewise thinking, Michael combines vivid examples from history with practical methods for being creative on time, on budget, and to spec. You'll learn not only to think outside the box, but how to make the box go away.
This is the art of sidewise thinking, and I'm here to ask you a question. What's your alternative? Alternatives are the secret to solving problems, finding opportunities, and gaining insights, and that's what sidewise thinking is all about. It's not just think outside the box. It's not just creativity, but it's turning creativity through project insights and through good management techniques all the way from concept down to practice. What's your alternative? How do you do creativity on time, on budget, and to spec? That's what sidewise thinking is all about. In December of 1944, Dwight David Eisenhower, commander of the Allied forces in World War II in Europe, called a meeting of all of his top generals because he had a problem. The Germans had done a surprise attack that we now know as the Battle of the Bulge. So he got all of his generals together, and he said, the Germans are attacking through the Ardennes. How quickly can we get troops to Bastogne? Well, one of his top generals, Bernard Montgomery, the English field marshal, said, it will take weeks. And in fact, he's right. It would take weeks to get an entire force all the way into position to counter that surprise attack. But then George Patton, commander of the United States Third Army, spoke up and he said, I'll attack with 3 divisions in 48 hours. This was not received well by the other generals. In fact, the boss, Omar Bradley, said, well, Ike wants a realistic answer, George. Well, when you watch a magic trick and the magician does something that looks impossible, what you really know is they actually did something else. So let's be Penn and Teller and pull the curtain back on George Patton's magic trick. How do you do 2 to 3 weeks of work in 48 hours, and how do you pull off something that is, in fact, on the face of it, absolutely impossible? Well, you do that by asking that first question. What am I not seeing? If I'm given a job, and that job seems impossible to me, instead of saying, I'm a can-do guy, how can I do it? I'm going to turn around and do it backwards through a technique called negative brainstorming. And in every case, you're not thinking outside the box, you're identifying that the box doesn't exist or that the box is more flexible than your first insight provided. The third step in sidewise thinking is to ask yourself this question, are they real? Sometimes just turning an assumption into words that come out of your mouth is enough to make you realize that's not a problem in the first place. Our next sidewise question is, what should I assume? Now, most people think the question should be the other way around. What should I not assume? Because it's well known that assume makes an ass of you and me. But some assumptions are clearly better than others. Now, bad assumptions happen in business and in projects every single day. And some of them, as soon as we state them aloud, we realize how ridiculous they are. For example, we've got a new project and everybody is on board. Our customers know what they want. And nothing else that's going on is going to interfere with our plans. Now, let me share with you one of the most powerful sidewise questions of all. And it's an interesting one, and it's, what business are we in? Sidewise thinking tells us that knowing what business we're in is the key to continual reinvention. Businesses change, markets change, and sidewise thinkers are always saying, what business are we in? What business should we be in?
To bring Michael Dobson and his powerful sidewise insights to your organization, contact Marianne Corinch at 970-577-8500 or Marianne at SideWiseInsights.com.